What's up, guys? I'm Caden with Crypto Now or Never, and welcome back to another update on Hoppy. If you enjoy this style of content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. As always, none of this is financial advice. Let's get into it.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want.
Okay, so it's been about 2 weeks since I last covered Hoppy, and as you guys can see, over those last 2 weeks, Hoppy's just kind of been bleeding. It's down to a $4.53 million market cap. Now, the main thing that you need to understand, obviously, is that it's not just Hoppy. The entire meme coin market is bleeding. For example, if you look at Dogecoin, you can see that Dogecoin's down 23.2% in the last week. Pepe's down 24.7% in the last week. And Pepe is important because Pepe is the leader of the Matt Furie narrative. So if Pepe bleeds, then obviously you should expect Hoppy to probably bleed alongside it. So that said, when you look at Hoppy from a technical analysis standpoint, it makes sense as to why it's bleeding. What I find super interesting about Hoppy right now, though, is just the reality that it's at a $4.5 million market cap. We have not seen these levels for a very long time. And from a technical analysis standpoint, you can see that Hoppy is actually retesting this previous high. If you guys have been following my channel for a long time, we first got into Hoppy during this initial explosion. I first posted a buy alert sometime around this range back at 580,000. And it had this initial spike up, and that was all before the massive explosion for Hoppy. So it's crazy to see that it's actually retesting these levels. Now, obviously, these are entirely different circumstances, though, so it doesn't feel near as good. What I do want to say for Hoppy, though, is that if you look at price action in general, you could say that price action is starting to flatten out. Yes, obviously price action is bleeding, but again, the rest of the market is also bleeding. But Hoppy is finally getting back down to the levels where you could actually start to consider a low cap or even a micro cap again. And then it comes to the point where you have to ask yourself, is Hoppy just your typical micro cap? And that's where I think it's super interesting, because the reality is that Hoppy has a huge name in the meme coin space. And if you look at Hoppy and CoinMarketCap, the volume is excellent, 2.48 million. The volume to market cap ratio is actually 55%. That is very high in the space. A lot of the time you don't even see 10% on meme coins. So this shows that there is still some interest in Hoppy. And again, with how low Hoppy has dropped, there is a chance that this could actually be a nice accumulation range. Now, the question you have to ask yourself is whether or not you think Hoppy is ever going to recover from here. And understand, I personally do not have the answer to that. I don't have a crystal ball. I have no idea if Hoppy is ever going to break out from here. What I can say is that when you look at Hoppy and X, they are still posting every single day. They just posted the last time 9 hours ago. But what I do like about Hoppy is that occasionally they will post videos like this right here, and they actually get very good engagement on the videos. Now, I'm not going to show this video because it's a minute long, but I do recommend coming over here and watching it. I think some of these videos are pretty entertaining. And you can see this video specifically has 38K views, 498 likes, 209 retweets. These are the kind of videos that can put Hoppy right back on the radar of a lot of investors. And again, I cannot stress enough, Hoppy is back under a $5 million market cap. If there is a chance that Hoppy can recover from here, then this could be an excellent DCA opportunity. These are the kind of levels that a lot of people like to load up, so we'll have to see what happens. Again, don't treat that as financial advice. I'm just saying things are a little bit more interesting at these levels. Now, what I think is very important for you guys to understand though right now is Bitcoin. Now, full transparency, I am recording this video on October 17th, and you will not see this until the morning of October 18th. So there is a chance that price action does change, and I will not see while I'm recording this video how this candle actually closes. But as we stand right now, Bitcoin has actually lost the 200-day moving average. This is a very important level, and ideally we do not want to see Bitcoin lose this level. Now, if we do lose it though, it's not the end of the world, and mainly because of the weekly time frame. I want you guys to understand that I've been saying for quite a while that if we do lose the 21 weekly moving average, don't be shocked if Bitcoin comes down to retest the 50 weekly. And in this case, the 50 weekly is around 101,800. So there's definitely a chance that we do come down to retest this level. After a long enough period of time, moving averages start to work as magnets. But what's always very important to do when you're feeling a little bit stressed about price action is to zoom out. The reality is that when you zoom out, you can see that Bitcoin on the weekly time frame is still in a very clear macro uptrend. This is very important to remember. A lot of people are panicking about this pullback, but in my opinion, this is just a textbook pullback. I've been asked questions as to whether or not I think we're heading into a bear market. For me personally, the answer is absolutely not. Again, I can't stress enough. I think as of right now, this is a textbook pullback. In order for me to say that we're going into a bear market, I would need to see a full-on structural change. And right now, this is still a clear macro uptrend. But again, on the daily time frame, if we do lose the 200-day moving average and then we start to form some sort of a bear flag, then we could see more short-term pain. That's just how price action works. But I will say on the daily time frame, the RSI and stochastics are getting very oversold. Oftentimes this does lead to a bounce. So again, to be clear, price action could change a little bit by the time you guys are seeing this video. As of right now, I do not know how this candle will actually close, but ideally we would like to get back above the 200-day. We have not retested the 200-day since April, so it was inevitable that we were going to retest it. We just ideally want to stay above it. Ultimately, we'll see what happens though. In my opinion, this is just short-term pain. But as always, if you guys are interested in market updates and you guys are interested in Hoppy and just getting into projects super early in general, then I always recommend you take a look at my Discord. We're in the market 7 days a week and we've been printing in here this entire cycle. As I said at the beginning of the video, I first posted a buy alert for Hoppy at a $580,000 market cap. At its peak, it did over a 253x. A $1,000 investment could have turned into over $250,000. So if this is the kind of community that you'd like to be a part of, you can find the link right here on my YouTube homepage. I'd love to have you guys in here with us. But that's about all. Let me know down in the comments how you guys are feeling about Hoppy. If you enjoyed this content, please do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your day.